Hey, pro streamer tonight. Absolute pro frickin' streamer. All right, time to get going. I'm a little later going on than I wanted to because I was trying to I want to be able to interact with chat and do things on the computer from the bench and I don't have a keyboard, so I picked up a little wireless keyboard, used, came with the receiver, great. Receiver doesn't work. So, faffing around a million stupid Logitech apps to try and see if one of them will make this thing. Nope. So anyway, enough of that. Not all of us. No PAL. We got people are fighting about PAL. People are fighting about 60 hertz. And yeah, just general nerdity. All right, I love it. Welcome in, everybody. Antaeus, Commodore Chronicles, Retro Hitch, Jelly Be Good, Texas Foos, Lady Aileros. How is everyone doing? I think I caught everyone who's hanging out in chat. Demos for the SNES are paying, given the coded for PAL. Could totally be. I keep wanting to do a console demo stream, but I don't have hardware to do load ROMs on most of my consoles, so that's kind of a little bit of a problem. But anyway, it's Tuesday. I took delivery of some crap from Amazon, including, remember we had all that problem finding resistors for the ZX Spectrum before. Now I have like all the resistors, and I bought the like half decent metal film ones too, so that should hold me for a little while. Yeah, flash cards for NES are stupid expensive, except for the crappy clones. Let's see, I've been out of these for a while. These are just absolutely the best for cleaning crap and gunk off of PC boards. Kimtech Kim wipes. They're not expensive. I just keep forgetting to order them. So I have that. I think all is right with the world. So, major plan tonight is, let's see, I printed these two wonderful things for the Amiga, and they should be direct replacements for the broken keyboard stabilizer bar holders. Basically, you snip off the existing plastic and you just glue these in their place. So we shall see. First, I need, these Spectrums have been in a state for a long time, and it's getting to the point where I was afraid I'm going to start losing parts and losing screws, so I need to button them back up. The capacitors, DigiKey is a little bit late shipping them, so I don't have the caps to finish the recap job. They've all been decapacitated. They've all been incapacitated. All the capacitors removed, and I made up the capacitor map, which I tooted about. When I get that double checked, I will get that posted as a nice PDF. It's sort of inspired by the one that Jeff Burt of the Hey Burt channel made for the Tandy Model 100s. So yeah, good. That's done. Now we have our ZX Spectrum top case here. So still need to service the tape drive. That's going to involve probably replacing this belt, although it doesn't look terrible. But Sanction sent me replacement belts for that anyway, so might as well do it. And then there's a couple of capacitors I need to change on the tape board. You can see a couple of those suckers right there. I think there's 3. So that'll need to be fixed up, and new capacitors installed. So let's revisit the state of the speckies, here. I'll grab one of these boards more or less at random. So, zoom in. What we got here. So again, this is a +2 board. I have, oh, actually, I need to grab the other one because another thing that came in, oh yeah, it's sitting right here for me. I bought some chips. I bought a lot of chips, actually. I had a ton of chips come in over the weekend. But these are the flip-flops needed to fix the clock on the other one. So I need to pop that in. Then that board will be all ready, but you can see it's, all the capacitors have been removed. And it's waiting for the new ones, but I'm missing several critical values. So I ordered 300 capacitors from DigiKey. I got tired of ordering quantity 10 and 20. I just ordered quantity 50 of everything I need. But yeah, so we've got 2 replacement RAM chips on this guy, the 2 TIs and the rest are Kyocera. The 74F74, which will replace with the 74HCT74 on the other one, and hopefully that'll work. Swapped around the transistors, like you can see. Get a little more light over here. This transistor, you might be able to make out that it is installed backwards from its silkscreen if my piece of junk camera would focus. But anyway, I switched those around. There's 4 transistors on here that are installed wrong at the factory. TR7 right here is another one of those. Cleaned our edge connector, got a nice shiny edge connector there. So it'll work with the DivMC, because I think everyone I'm sending this to uses the DivMC. And then resistor R37 down here needs to be replaced with a lower value, and this one I believe looks like I've already done. Oh no, actually I haven't done this one. Some of these boards seem to have different values here for R37. Oh no, sorry, this one has a 10K resistor installed. Yeah. So we'll need to replace that with one of those shiny new resistors that I got. But I'm not set up to use the MooGun tonight, so I don't think I'm going to do that one. All I do want to do is this back over there and grab the one that's missing the flip-flop. So this one, missing the 74 down here. That was causing problems, of course, because no clock. So what we wanted to see was a nice 17 megahertz clock there on the input to the ULA. I'm going to see if I can measure this, because I don't have the scope set up either. Get the multimeter connected. Hopefully this will work. Plug this board in. My other backup 9-volt supply here. We've got no ULA in it at the moment. 60 hertz. That's not what we're expecting to see. That's just interference. Oh, right. Put the chip in first, then test it. It's been a day. All right, well, that end cap absolutely went flying. All right, so the 74 LS74 that I put in when I was testing this a couple weeks ago didn't work. We'll see if the 74 HCT works, which should be the moral equivalent of the 74F74 that Sinclair/Amstrad used in this board. All right, flip-flop installed. We also need a voltage regulator. Another thing I keep forgetting to install when we're testing. Because ain't nothing gonna work without this. All right. Now that we have power, let's see if we have a clock. Power clock reset. 17.7 megahertz. Just what we expected to see. And it's nice and stable. So, yay. I don't know, Bold Engineer. I don't know. I just straight up measured 17.7 with it, so. But how you doing tonight? This is me being entirely too lazy to get my scope out. Good evening. I will absolutely not eat the squid, don't worry. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. All right, so that is flip-flops. Flip-flops taken care of. Put this over there where I'm sure I will grab it one day and dump flip-flops out all over the carpet. C'est la vie. All right, now let's take a look at that Amiga. I have a plan of attack that may or may not work here. I'm upset, but you also got to fire a company today, so it balanced out. Hey, coffee cup. How you doing? All right, so VA500. Also, let me know if audio levels are good or bad or indifferent. If I have the background music too low, too high. Still getting used to this new board. But all right, so this machine did the QA and the Eye of the Beholder on, sweet. Minimum specs, yeah. So, yeah, like, I don't know why I keep moving the camera. We're gonna need it down here. You can hopefully, maybe, kinda make out what's going on here, which is that this, I had to test the game without the mouse. That is a crime. Trying to get it to where people can actually see something that's going on here. So these clips are supposed to have a little piece where the keyboard stabilizer bar sort of clips into it. There. Unfortunately, it's broken. It's just busted because it's had some rough handling. So the idea with these 3D printed replacements, everything is black. I apologize. Can't see nothing, zero contrast. But the idea is that they will go in pretty much exactly the same place, and they have this notch in there designed to hold the keyboard same way. If my camera fucking focus, my God. Yeah. There we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. So it just holds the stabilizer bar right there. But first we have to get these pieces of black plastic off. And I think it might be best to disconnect the keyboard. Move this ginormous computer shell out of the way. And that is entirely too many screws to remove to get this plastic piece off. So we are going to work on it in situ. So let me I hope this works, because we're just going to take some big old diagonal cutters and just lop this guy off close to the ground as we can get it, and then I'll come in with my flush cutters to finish the job. You have a ZX Spectrum 128K, so this crusty keyboard, dead flesh from people. Logo is crusted up. The whole thing clean soon. Ugh, hey, that sounds gross. My Spectrums could be a little cleaner, but they're far from what I would consider to be dirty. Alright, I can't stand this camera anymore, I'm sorry. I need to load the camera settings. See if I can lock the focus in. There we go. Hopefully that'll stay put. Yes, that is. This is the wonderful soundtrack to the worst version of Jet Set Willy known to humankind. Rob Hubbard's soundtrack is the only good thing about this game. And it is a banger of a soundtrack, too. Alright, here goes. Yeah, it's only so close to the ground I can get with these giant diagonal cutters. Might actually have to just use the flush cutters to begin with on here. Alright, that just sheared off, basically. Yeah. Need some mash. Need some mash with that banger, exactly. Yeah, that is not bad. That is not bad. Let me get my razor knife. Get this is all nice and flush. Because I do want to be able to get that 3D printed piece glued down without any wiggling or play. So I imagine it's fairly important that these be flush. Yes, exactly. Take your time doing this. Also, have some control over the knife so it doesn't go flying and damage the stem of some other key. All right, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that will... That should sit okay. It feels not too bad. I think it wants to go pretty much exactly over top of that space. Yeah. So now, I think, here's my crazy plan. Here's my crazy plan. Keep a little bit sitting on my shorter bench stool tonight. I'm going to take a little bit of this double-sided adhesive tape, put it on the bottom here to hold it down while I get, I need to get the glue gun out, start that heating up. So I'm going to secure it with my absolute favorite adhesive method ever, hot melt glue. And don't let anybody ever give you any shit for using hot melt glue. It is fantastic. It holds pretty darn well if it's not a high strength application. And it doesn't do any damage to the case. And it lifts off super clean with just a little bit of isopropanol. Hot glue, yes. Hot glue is like Python. It works great when it's used right. Yeah. Not a hot application, not a high strength application, which isn't to say that it's super weak, because it's not. But don't expect it to hold a whole lot. But okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna use a little bit of this double-sided tape. Now my plan could be completely foiled if the double-sided tape doesn't stick to this PLA filament.
Whoops. Is there any way to save him? Or did I just like totally bust up my karma?
Thanks for shouting out Lady Aileros Coffee Cup. Joke would fall if your neck
Anybody
backstage
remember?
because the glue and the Velcro failed. Oof. The least committal of the strong glue options. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll take that. Scissors. All right. Trim this to size. It's almost the right size, but not quite. Okay, so we've got that on there. Someone needed a hot glue gun at K-Fuss one time. They were like, who would have one? Yeah, yep. The weird flex, but you really like. I mean, we had access to a really nice hot glue gun at the old arcades location because it was this massive U-line industrial one that they used for securing all of the beer crates because we were operating out of a beer warehouse. All right, let's get this guy in place. I'm going to guess that the alignment on it is semi-critical. So I'm just lining it as well as I can over top of that empty hole. Black & Decker with 3 tips can go cordless. All right, that's a serious hot melt glue gun. That is some serious hot melt glue there, Cat. No, they're both damaged, so I have to replace them both. If they weren't both damaged, I would probably try only replacing one I don't know how all that would go, but yes, used to be a cosplayer. All right, this one is being slightly tricky to actually get the cutters in there because of this knot right here, which I'm not sure if that's critical or not, but I'm trying not to cut it. All right, that's not too bad. Yeah, I guess it is pretty dramatic, isn't it, Itch? For those of you who don't know, this is the end title. And why is it showing up without its metadata? Anyway, this is the end title screen to the single-player campaign of Unreal. It's one of my favorite games, probably my favorite FPS. Alright, that is looking pretty good. Feeling pretty good. As far as you're going to get with your skill level and amount of free time patience. Then she went to Kansas Fest, and it was all Apple II from there on. Yeah, I think this is pretty clean. So let's go ahead and get this other piece taped on there. And again, this tape is just to hold it while the real adhesive takes hold. All right. Alrighty. Yeah, I've completely forgotten what my hobbies were before I got into vintage computers. Might not have actually had any. Well, gaming. Modern gaming. Alrighty. And let's get this guy. Okay. Hot's not ready. Hot's not at the ready. Alright, and again, let's try and get this done without melting any keycaps. That'd be great. live action musical version of Eternal Moon or the Sailor Iron Man matchup. All right. I'm just trying to trim away some of these strings. Of course, you always get a ton of them using hot melt. No, Stream Elements, we're not testing out the 8 Pico cart. I've got to remember to turn off that stupid timer. Oh. Close second because it's moved from the center. All right, there's just all sorts of nerdery going on. I just can't catch up in the chat. All right, that feels on there pretty good. They're not secured up here at the top because they're really close to these keys. If I can get these keycaps off, I guess I could get in there and do I have a keycap puller? I don't know if I do. I know I do somewhere. The question is, where is my keycap puller? If it's not in the tools that are easily accessible to me right here, it means it's probably in some stupid box. Or perhaps in the stupid box labeled keycaps. That would be the same place for my keycap puller. Sadly, it is not here. Alright, well. Yeah. You have a keycap puller. I have a keycap puller. I don't know where it is. All right, I will get to this later. Let's see if this fixes it. Let's see if we can get this space bar on there. Now, the angle of the key, it should go on just like this, I think. Oh, right. Springs. I was smart enough to put the springs into a bag so that I would not lose them. Yeah, putting space bars back on is no fun at all. Let's see how this goes. All right, I'm gonna unplug the hot melt because I think I might actually be done with it. Because between the glue on the back and the adhesive tape underneath, that might be good. We might have it. And we absolutely do not have it. We absolutely do not have it because they are too far apart. All right, let me show you all what's going on here. So we have these two, and this space bar support is supposed to go right in there, and they are just ever so slightly too far apart because this bar needs to extend past them so that it can rotate. So That's cool. I get to demonstrate how easy it is to remove hot melt glue. We take just a little bit of isopropyl. So I have, this is my, where can I put it in the shot? This is my isopropyl dispenser. Just put a little bit on a Q-tip like that. Just go around it, let it penetrate underneath. And then we can get our tool. Off it comes. And we peel it right off the part and we're done. Now, make sure you clean up after it because it will prevent new adhesion. But simple. All right, so let's try this again. More tape. Where did I put my tape? Did anybody see where I put the tape? Put it over here. Great. This tape absolutely does not want to stick to this part anymore. Oh wait, there we go. Okay, good. All right. All right, this sounds like an absolutely ridiculous costume. I'm only catching pieces of the chat too. All right. Bring this one in a little bit. Unfortunately, I think we have to adjust the position of them both. So out of the way, just a moment here. I need more light. This is ridiculous. Okay. Let's see if that works. Let's put an Amiga back together after cleaning your keyboard. Yeah, Amiga keyboard. Hey. Using a new mini PC, smaller than the PC Engine core graphics. Oh yeah, I think you showed me that some night when I was in your stream or something. Coffee Cup. Sounds like a stupendously powerful machine, especially for its size. All right, get you coated with IPA, and off we come. And take off the old adhesive tape. Are you posting this in whose Discord is this being posted? I have no idea. $351 for a Ryzen 9 3 point. Wow. Yeah, that's really cheap. That's quite a good deal on that machine there, Coffee Cup. All right. Let's try this again. While the thumping techno drives my keyboard repair. This is a great early 2000s demo. I think it's about early 2000s. Gaming on PC again. Oh, nice. I don't do a lot of gaming. A game I just finished up playing or replaying Briley Witch Chronicles 1, so I can now go into Briley Witch 2, which Sarah Jane Avery has just released. I really enjoyed the first one. It's basically a JRPG for the Commodore, which is very technically impressive, nice story-driven, very good, highly recommended. ARM Windows. I mean, ARM's going to be the future of it. ARM is the future. This Intel stuff will live on in certain places, but ARM is clearly the future. And can't say I'm upset about that in the slightest. Ever since working with ARM single board computers in the early 2000s, I really got to love that chip. All right, get this one on a little closer to the other edge. That ought to be good enough, I hope. I really don't want to have to do this a third time. Also, would be great if I could get these stupid keycaps off without damaging anything. Good gravy, those things are on there. I'm super irritated that I can't find any of those tools. Oh wait, there's one more place it might be. Hang on. Nope. Strike two. And now we're talking about Macs. Ugh, Macs. Hey JB, how you doing? Good evening. All right, well, we'll just have to. I'm gonna secure them as best I can this way. I need better glasses too. Where are my Iron Mag glasses? Back there. Talking about ARM chips, yeah. First ever Raspberry Pi, excellent. What are you doing with it? I have like 4 of them, and I don't do much with any of them, to be honest. It was actually a better glue application job than I did the first time anyway, so I'm glad we redid this. Oh, made this cord too short. All right. I need to find a replacement jumper for the Sidekick 64 card. Oh, what's the Sidekick 64 card? Ryzen RDNA is the best architecture used in the whole. I've heard good things about that. That's true. Yes, Apple is definitely making some sweet as hell ARM chips. This is also true. I just don't like anything else going on. A fine tip on the hot snot gun. Yeah, I mean, I need it for this kind of stuff. That's just, you know, what it came with. I mean, this is just a cheap hobby grade Aero hot melt glue gun, but it is at least the dual temperature, and I have it on low apparently, probably to prevent accidentally damaging any plastic if I come in contact with it. I don't actually remember setting that, but if I need to go to some different type of glue or something that needs more or less temperature, I have that option. All right, so that is very much on there. Low is where you want to be. Okay, great. Tell me, oh avatar of adhesives, why and when wouldst one use the high temp? Sticks are either high temp or low temp. Oh, okay. Do I even know where my hot melt glue sticks are? Yes, I do actually. They're right here. And it appears to me to be telling me I can use either one. High for woodworking, ceramics, leather, cardboard. Low for fabrics, balloons, foam, flowers, jewelry, etc. So I don't know. But don't glue your fingers. Don't throw it in the water, I guess. I don't know. There's some that are dual mode. I don't know. I'm sure these are just what they had at Lowe's, because that's about what I have access to. But I've had good results, so. If Low works, use it. Yeah, I mean, it's working fine. Okay, so now, if I get this in place, yes, it has room to, it has just about exactly the room that it needs to rotate. So I think I got this perfect. And the Amiga keyboard spacebar is a little odd because the broken ends, the disconnected ends, go into the bar rather than into the stabilizers like they do in most PC keyboards, into the base. So, all right. Once again, to the keyboard gods we pray. All right. I think I can get this in here and just sort of snap the bar down. Hopefully. Yeah. Where did I put that screwdriver that I tried to do evil things to the keyboard with? All right. Melted plastic fabric near iron. Why do you? Yeah. My helmet of +5, see what the fuck I'm doing. trying to get this snapped in. It's a very tight snap, it seems. Ah, whew, all right. That one's in. I need to press on both sides here to get this down. That's in. All right. Now, I can get this actually into the key stem. That would also be nice. Well, I'm definitely doing what they say to do in the instructions. Press the metal rod where it needs to be, then rotate the space bar to front and snap it in. I mean, I think that's kind of what I'm doing. Do I have it in? The keys all have a slant that goes like this way, and that's how I have the space bar. It would be weird if I had it the other way around. All right, so there is, I see right away, I see one problem for sure. Get this out of the way because I gotta move this. At this point, I think the easiest thing to do is just bend this out from there, do this. All right. This piece, these pieces here are supposed to descend into the holes underneath here, which is now covered by my tape. So the tape may have been a bad idea. Luckily, we can just cut it out, I believe. I mean, the tape worked really well to help me get it positioned and hold it in place while I glued it, but after that, it's in the way, so no bueno. Oh, get out of there. I was apparently very optimistic when I grabbed the power supply, thinking I would run some Amiga stuff after we fixed the keyboard real quick. Ha ha. I mean, it fits really well in these clips. The clips do a great job of holding that in. But I just can't figure out why I might have to look at my A500 Plus, which I presume will share at least the keyboard I hope will share the keyboard mechanism. I have to go look at my 500 Plus and maybe get some clues. At this point, I thought, if we ignore the keyboard, well, I can't ignore them because they'll be in the way. Never mind. Oh, whose idea was the space bar anyway? Can't we just have like a Spectrum where you just have a little tiny key in the corner for your space, right? Oh no, wait, I have to do this side first. Alright, get the springs back into position. Lock this side in. Alright. Yeah, I kind of don't see how this ever worked. Because, alright, it goes down, right? But, well, it stays down for some stupid reason. Oh. Well, now it's actually in the key stem. Alright. This side wants to go down. This side is, I guess, still catching on the lip. I might have them slightly too close together. Yeah, I've got them... Fuck me. I've got them slightly too close together. Other than that, it would work. Alright. Okay, that was the problem, is I just didn't have it low enough to snap into the key stem properly. Alright. Yeah, definitely learning as I go. I wonder if it might be possible to just trim here, because I think this little tiny hole, I think, is just ever so slightly too narrow. If maybe my camera will let y'all get a slightest idea of what's going on here. Because that little hole in there, I think, is just ever so slightly too narrow. So I either have to move this like 3 millimeters that way. Well, honestly, at this point, that might be the easiest thing to do, is just move it one more freaking time. Okay. Measurements extremely critical. Nibbit. So I'm actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave the keyboard stabilizer bar attached, and that will help me guide the distance. In the meantime, back to the IPA. Release this one. And maybe just redo it without the tape this time. So we'll remove the adhesive tape. Hot air to heat it up and just slide it over. Maybe. I mean, it's too late now. Do I feel like that would have worked? I don't know. That's a dicey proposition, especially around these old keycaps. I'm not sure I want to use hot air around them. But good evening, my world of retro. How are you? Duct tape. Yeah, no. No, there will be no taping of ducts on this stream tonight. All right, so I can actually get this one pretty much nailed down. Gotta move the camera again, though. I apologize.
Yeah, scams do you have to deal with?
Hey, thanks for shouting out Commodore Chronicles, Coffee Cup Arcade. How you doing?
You don't get them?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't.
All right. As soon as this heats up, we're just gonna hot snot it all over the place.
Not that I.
With guest host pack. All right. I thought that must have been who the voice that I heard. All right.
Are you saying in like a chat?
Hopefully, I won't have to redo this other one, but I'm afraid that I will.
Like in what context?
Well, I'm just saying, like, comment.
Getting just a little, trying to get as much of this tape out of here as possible. So it turns out that was a bad idea, because I completely failed to grasp how this keyboard mechanism actually worked before I did this. Working on keyboards is such a pain in the butt. How are we doing here? Can we get some light back? Thank you. All right. We're just gonna get that pretty much as low as it'll go and try to get it straight. It's pretty well lined up at this point. Now, to keep it straight while a little bit of the glue sets. All right. Let that set up. I think that's okay. Alright, might need to come back through and clean that up in a second. Am I going to AY it? I don't know what that means. Unless you're not talking to me. You actually clean up? Well, once it sets, I just trim it with snips. Ah, coffee. Okay, right. Yeah, because I can just, I got a little bit of a bubble up here, and I can just snip that down. Although, I'm starting to reconsider, Wide World of Retro's idea about just reflowing the heat, the hot snot, basically, with the hot air gun. Perhaps that would be the best approach. I'm kind of tearing it up a little bit here, doing this cleanup. Alright, fine. What do we got here? Anybody know what the temperature I should be using for hot melt is? Might melt the plastics. Yes, that is absolutely what I'm worried about. So I need to be very fast. Also need to turn down the air velocity. And the first thing I'm going to melt is going to be the PLA that I printed this thing in. Alright, that is not being particularly melty. Alright, there it goes. Alright. Well, I can see the PLA starting to deform. I'm well above temperature for that. Yep. That's turning into a mess. That's turning into an absolute mess. I think it's over. I think I have melted this support beyond the point at which it will be a proper keyboard support. Touch the hot snot directly with a soldering iron? No. I think the answer is basically, now that I know what I'm doing, do this with a better glue. But now that we've got this much done, let's see if our space bar will work. I think despite my assertions earlier about how great hot melt glue is, I'm starting to think hot melt is not the right choice for this job. And that we would in fact rather have something like a slow acting, basically epoxy. Or slower acting, anyway. Alright, let me get this one. Alright, that's in. Alright, that's in. These springs on the posts. Unit glue is malleable enough to position, but not that much that it'll move when you try to do this. Yeah, that's. I need it to be sort of tacky for a bit, and then harden. It's almost good, and I can't tell which side is sticking here. Because if you take it all the way down, it stays. God dang it. It's almost right. Feels like this side is okay. It feels like this side needs to be redone. Yeah, because I think this side is too far in, and it's really at its extent. So, yeah, all right. Am I sure it's not sticking to the glue? I don't think it's sticking to the glue. The glue is pretty well cured, honestly, on both sides. What's happening, I think, is that this enclosure, this opening is too narrow, and it's impinging on these supports here. All right, I think I can turn this off now. So that when you put it down, it's just rubbing and holding it that way. I think the basic problem is these are a little too wide, and I think I need to reprint them narrower. Gotta file and grind down that side. I mean, I could. There's a PC board underneath it. It's kind of not great, and besides the fact that I screwed this side up pretty well by melting it with the hot melt, I'm gonna start over. Now that I know what I'm doing, I am simply going to start over, because this is not a good repair. So I'm gonna get some isopropyl around here. Just peel these guys both right off. And I think I will try and find a better glue, honestly. Yes, this was absolutely practice. Unfortunately, what I'm practicing now is losing springs. Hang on. There we go. All right. But they fit the bar. That's good. They hold the bar nicely. That is even better. Losing Springs, a small town world in Mexico. Nyak, nyak, nyak. Yeah. All right. So, brilliant idea with the double-sided tape. Not so brilliant. And then probably find a better glue. I have some model grade cyanoacrylic glue that has like a 30 or 60 second set time. Could use that. Yeah, what Commodore Chronicles said. We'd rather have Atari 8-bit. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so good practice, but ultimately not successful, but that's fine. Most importantly, didn't do any damage. So that's great. But if I can reprint these a little bit narrower, what I'll do is I'll just change the scaling in the slicer on the x-axis to be like 0.95 or something. That'll be 5% thinner, and then hopefully that will work. I might print a couple since I'm going to run the printer and see if that works, because yeah, I think I have noticeably affected the stability of the one that where I heated the glue. So, all right. Anyone have a Poke collection? I have a Poke collection. What you want, Coffee Cup Arcade, is called the Atari SAP Music Archive, the ASMA. And you will need a slight Atari player, the SAP player, to replay those. And I use the plugin for Fubar 2000 for those. In fact, that's what I used to have for my background music. before I expanded it to my entire demo scene library, basically, was I had ASMA tunes. Make darn sure these things are nice, smooth. I think they are. I know he'll want real hardware. Yeah, I'll catch you, or you ping me or something. Are you on my Discord, Coffee? I know I'm on yours. We'll sort it out. All right. Before we screw anything else up, let's put all of this stuff into a baggie. There will be no lost springs. All right. Nope, that's 1, 2, 3 springs for the keyboard. The support bar. And the keyboard. Space bar. All right. We're just gonna press pause on this project. Not screw it up, because my buddy will not want this thing screwed up. I wonder how these things get chewed up in the first place. I guess someone taking the space bar off like a freaking barbarian. If that or Winamp was better. I mean, the best player was XMMS. For if I got any old school Linux fans in my chat tonight, XMMS was an amazing player because I had plugins for everything, including the Unix Amiga Delatracker emulator, which offered beautiful, faithful mod playback by emulating an actual 68K and using the Dell Player replay routines. Or maybe it was Eagle Player, I don't know. But he used the real Amiga replay routines, and it was deadly accurate. Well. Trying to decide what to do next. Not really set up to do anything other than this project. I was really hoping this would be simple. Yeah, I think I might just call it there, honestly. Nothing else I can really get into. I need to change some resistors on a couple of the spectrums, but I'm not set up for that right at the moment. So I think what we will do, we'll just find someone to raid and call it a night. You lose, good day, sir. Yeah. All right. Let's see. My computer fan has just suddenly decided to go crazy. So irritated that I can't get this Logitech keyboard to work. I'll sort out a stream keyboard eventually. All sorts of keyboard problems tonight. I'm just going to have all the keyboard problems tonight, apparently. All right. Is there anyone on that we can raid? I'm sure there must be somebody. The usual suspects. Yeah, it's all the usual suspects. Anybody got any suggestions? Hey, thanks, Coffee Cup. You're welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. Watching me attempt to do fixes that I'm super uncomfortable with. Streaming soon if you want to hang out. Perhaps, yeah. Perhaps I may do that. Or at least have it on in the background while I putter around in the evening. So you know what? Gonna just nix on the raid tonight. I think it's just a complete shutdown at this point. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Really appreciate all the chat. Really appreciate all the just hanging out, suggestions, coping with my attempts to fix old machines. No stream next week. I'm traveling for work, so And then week after that, also a possibility that there will not be a stream because we're moving out of the office and I'm probably just going to be absolutely exhausted. But we'll see. I'll post on the socials and the Discord if plans change, but I would probably expect not to stream for the next 2 weeks. So y'all do some retro in my place and keep the 8-bit, 16-bit faith out there, and I will catch y'all later. Let me see if I can find my outro. And yeah, stay safe. Keep it retro. Where's my mouse cursor? Yeah. Bye.